Logan, il est temps.
Sauver une personne peut sauver tout le monde. Logan, dès le 1er mars.
There we go. So we are live, and I'm gonna be just sharing this one with everyone, and then we'll start the music. Share it with everyone. That's one. This is two. Let me do it like this. And then we shall start the music. There we go. Let's see if we can get this one properly shared first. There we go. Go. Like so. Now finally we might be able to actually do some. Alright. Will make me set a filter on things, so I have to keep you from using profanity. It's not a smart move. We're leaving it open for now, but you know, some decency. So let's see. Today I'm going to return to the painting of Concordia Curze, because you know she's kind of awesome, and I've let her rest for a while. There is a reason for that one. It's a luxury technically, but the reason is that sometimes you just need to let things rest. So when you do that one, you get a chance to get back to it and look at it and realize that it's good or bad, or and then you can also usually see things, see what's good and what's bad. So that's what I've done, and I've already been fixing some stuff up on this one, mainly the face. Just gonna invite some people here. There we go. So after having let this one rest for a while, I realized that there was something off with the face. Now, since I have a studio partner, we've already talked about that there are things that I need to do about this one, and my studio partner has pointed out to me several times, Natasha has pointed out to me several times, that there are certain issues I need to work on. Now, it's quite easy when you look at your own work to go like, no, but you know what, it's done, and that's can be a quite it can be a quite deceiving sensation to work with, because when you have an art director that tells you you need to work up on stuff, that can get both annoying and it can be helpful depending on how you feel about it yourself. Usually when you work on something professional, you don't have the time, the luxury to actually let something rest, so you have to trust in other people. This time I had the luxury of having someone who told me what I needed to do and who told me what needed to be fixed up and things like that, but also be able to let it rest and actually see those points myself. So that's what we have started to do. I'm gonna work up the red today on this one because I wanted to have a metal feel to this one, and whilst I have a metal feel, it's not at all as defined as, for instance, the face is now, or for that matter the Cthulhu image I made. So that's what I will be working on today, mainly. I'm just gonna pause this one to invite some people over so that they can come check it out if they want to or have the time, and then we're gonna start with this. So one of the most important elements to do is find the right reference. So I have found a quite decent reference here that I'm using to give me the idea of what I need to do in terms of color and how to work it up and stuff like that. So that's what we're gonna start with, and we are going to do that one. Let's check first. That's an effect of some sort. I don't even know what kind of effect that one is. Oh, that's this one. Okay. I'll remove this part anyway, regardless of which. And let's just flatten down some things so we can have a smaller piece of image to work with. I'm pretty happy with how it looks in general. I'm not going to be changing anything on arms or something like that, so let's just continue it like this. Legion Reaper. Alright. Okay, so time to work up the metal. Then you need to look at how the light is falling and stuff. And I've already flipped this image. It's a guy called Rodrigo Branco, and he's made a think it's either a piece of concept art or it's something for his own amusement, but it's, you know, I'm using it for color. So we're gonna find something that lies similar in space, color-wise and shading-wise, and just work it up. Let's just save this one quickly as well. Let's see if we can maybe shut something down. We can shut this one down. It's not necessary. So how has the week been treating you otherwise? Painting on? Something in particular? Ah, you're not painting, maybe. You're just watching. Watching is good. Okay. So this is about finding out how the metal piece, metal parts look, and it's about, you know, realizing where the light will hit and why. So there is a certain amount of light that comes from this side. It's not as strong as the light on here. I shouldn't be complaining about commissions. That's not bad at all. I had a couple of commissions that got shown lately, so it's always nice. Amongst other, Blood Bowl one. That's why it's fun that there are other people that are doing Blood Bowl as well. I'm gonna be using this one actually. Let's use this. So in this case, you know, it's not that important how big the reference image is, as long as you have a chance to actually be able to use some of the colors and be able to do some color picking if you're doing it like I'm doing it right now. The most important part is that you can actually paint the colors in. Now if you do that on via color picking, or if you do it via something else, that's really, really not that important. Commissions are good. You have anything fun to paint on the commissions, or is it, well, most commissions are fun, otherwise you don't take them on, but there's something that is particularly fun. You don't have to, you know, tell what it is unless you actually really can, but come on. Talking a little bit for myself there as well, because answers. Alright, it's kind of cool beans. Make this one slightly more thick now as well, because one of the things that happen when you do that one is you can actually emphasize the sensation of metal, and we like metal. Something like that. Need to have a little bit more. So now I'm gonna introduce a little bit of other colors from my actual painting here, because it's not perfect. So we're gonna add in a little bit. Okay. Well, you're here, so we can. Huh? Yeah, oh yeah. Listen to your own music too. So, whilst I can use the colors that are straight up color picking, there's a chance that it gets a little bit bastardized by the fact that I have local colors and local lighting that doesn't follow the same rules. So then you need to sometimes introduce a little bit of color from another one, just to make sure that it actually looks realistic enough. Which is important. Change a little bit of the colors on the armor, but not much, just to fit with around the areas where I'm actually adding the metal edge here. Now if you followed me last year, you might recognize this piece of reference, because I used this one for when I painted the female shepherd. I used this one to get the right colors. And then down here we can start giving it really red, saturated, because this is where the light starts hitting from all kinds of areas. Once it gets out here, it gets actually divided into two areas. So one that is facing this direction, the other one is facing the other direction. But before I did this one, I actually had the other side being completely white, and now I actually have a quite decent alternative. You see it's gonna be more pinkish because of that one. Which is fine. It doesn't necessarily make anything look garish or anything like that. It just shows how the light looks. Pen, like one of these? Yes. Okay. No problem. The way I do faces. Yeah, painstakingly. It's quite a big pain in the ass actually, to be quite honest, to make the faces. There's lots of rework. Loads and loads of rework. But I'm glad you like. I kind of focus a lot on faces as well, and it's sometimes takes over, so it's give and take really. But yeah. When it succeeds, it's nice. It's, makes things worth it. Well, silhouette is important. If you're painting and you don't have a good silhouette, you know, it kind of ruins a lot. But at the same time, you need to, you know, if the silhouette is strong but nothing else is, then you will be struggling with the image. So I used to have a lot more strong silhouettes as well, a lot more strong lights and darks than I have now. I do have quite a lot of strong darks and lights now as well, but it used to be a lot worse. A lot more rather. A lot worse. And yeah, it's just, you know, work. Try getting out of your comfort zone is my advice. If you're very comfortable doing the dark and the lights and, you know, the backgrounds that are very strong lit, try doing the opposite. Try doing really the opposite of that one and work on that one. And you will see that eventually you're going to make progress. You're going to feel like your silhouette becomes more natural, and like you're just, you know, getting better at it. And it comes in iterations, so it's, you know, not something that you will necessarily notice right away, but it will one day you will just, you know, look at it and you'll feel like, oh, I did a change here. I changed something in my way of painting. I had progress. Better. Not optimal, but better. The biggest trick that anyone can be taught when it comes down to learning how to paint or getting into better art is to try to get out of comfort zones. And I am really bad at that one myself, so it's not like I'm telling you something that, you know, that you have to do because I'm doing it so good or whatever. I'm really crap at that one myself. Yay. Yeah, I have the same, and it's really something that I'm really bad at that one. You should be working from big to small, and you know, from non-detail to detail, and I'm just not good at that one at all. Yeah, he is good reference though. Project I've worked on Oh, I see. Maybe one that I said to myself that this is where I wanted to be when I started. Yeah, sure. That was my first job for Games Workshop. That's a fairly simple one. That was, you know, not much more to say about that one than the fact that that's where I wanted to be and that's where I ended up. It was hard work, but it paid off, and I'm very glad to have reached it, that goal. So, is that. The first project I did for Games Workshop was Tau, what do they call it? Tau Piranha, I think it was. With works around. It was pretty cool. Something completely out of my line, because I always assumed that I would be doing Space Marines when I worked for a Games Workshop, simply because that's what I've been painting the most of in my spare time. But yeah. Don't assume that you will be painting a certain item, because if you do that one, you will end up painting yourself into that corner, literally. You'll be painting only that kind of stuff, and then you'll lose out on so many other things, simply because you could have worked for other things, doing other things, but they didn't hire you because it looked like you only could do one thing. Try to avoid that one at any cost, really. That's what I would do. Getting there now. If you're wondering why I'm spending so much time on clothes in this area, it's because I want to make sure that I have the right color, the right lighting. So that I can move on from there and actually make it work in the rest of the image. You started painting some Necrons. Well, I did. That's one thing, but I didn't just particularly mean that you should keep on painting other stuff than Space Marines, but also, like, you know, really different things, non-Games Workshop stuff as well, because it's all fun and games to do private commissions, but the moment you actually get hired by someone like Games Workshop, that doesn't happen up until you've actually done other work for other people. Unless you're extremely good at what you're doing, and you know, and Games Workshop snap you up from nowhere. I guess that can happen as well. Alright, so let's see if we can do some. Yeah, I know. See, I have something that I need to do that gets me out of my comfort zone. So I'm gonna state that one right here so people know that I need to do it. So my lovely wife slash studio partner gave me a task to do, and that's several years ago now.
Yep.
several years ago, and I should be doing a Centaur. I've been struggling with that one because that's really outside of my comfort zone. By so far off my comfort zone that it's scary. And yeah, it's still not done. Working up the courage.
You're on what, iteration 5 or something?
3. It's only on 3. Yeah. I wish it would be on iteration 5, then it would sound like I've actually spent more time on it than I have. It really is one of those things where I'm looking at it every time and I'm going like, I can't do anything with this. It doesn't work. And it's frustrating, and it's just on so many levels not feeling good. Said that it's awesome. He would love to have a studio partner like that.
You moved up a notch now. No idea where that one is, but yeah.
I've moved up a notch now. Yes, I have.
No, not you. Person who sits on
Oh. Yeah. I know who you are, but I can't remember. Because you have a different nickname here than you have when I did this one on Facebook. Okay, now I know. Yeah, we tried to get better at cloth and realized you painted too many armor types. Yeah, that's cloth practice is good. More of that.
I have so many creatures and animals that humans are currently very difficult.
Yeah.
Because you won't gain things of water things or
He lives in the shadow. Yeah, don't make me break up this one and go and check it out, because I know you've been posting stuff on my previous ones on Facebook. I know who you are.
it's not that well.
I just don't remember your name.
What do you know?
Let's see. Not there. Yeah, true that. Aron. Yes. Not Aron, but another Aron.
Another arm.
Another Aron.
Too many Aronses.
What?
Too many Aronses.
Oh, there is another. Yeah. No, of course, there's another. I do a comic together with Aron Denskibalen. You're not the only Aron. I'm terribly sorry to burst your bubble. But fight in a duel, there can only be one. I fear that if you fight Aron, it's just gonna be a lose-lose situation for you because you will have fans running after you if you beat him.
Do you have swords in your house?
Hold on. I was drunk at the time, I don't remember. I don't think he has that many swords in the house, not with 2 children. I'll ask him next time. Hey Aaron, do you have swords in the house? Why? Oh, there's this other guy called Aaron and he said sword fight. Well, fighting in any case. Yeah, I would kneel, he's too good a writer. He's a nice guy. I'm not sure exactly how nice he is, but he might actually let you go. It's annoying. I'm gonna need your help to fix this one later, Natasha. It's yeah. Tonight or something.
In the cover of
In the cover of darkness, yeah, indeed. No, it's you have Jon Snow's long claw. You bought it for your girlfriend. Well, technically you don't have that one, then your girlfriend has that one. There's a difference.
Don't come between girls and their sword.
What?
Don't come between girls and their swords.
No, indeed. Girls and their swords are not something to come in between. You can borrow it. I'll believe it when I see it. I'm sure you can. You just said that you were gonna kneel to Aaron anyway, so. It might work out anyway, Natasha. Just,
Check it out.
it's a case of perspective and how something would move.
I'll make sure your lighting and your shade is alright and
Yeah.
I do most of it.
Yeah, but that's not the case right now. That's not the issue. It's actually how a 3D object is moving in space. Yeah.
In time.
What?
Space and time.
Space and time. Yeah, you know, don't say those things unless they're actually true, Aaron. That's and maybe if they're true, don't say them here. Maybe go to the cops. Just, you know, advice. Here we have everything is in the other direction. So that one would look like this down here. Everything that gets posted online remains. Can be used against you later on. annoying to turn my head. My favorite first found in Legion and why changes. That depends on what mood I'm in now. It used to be the Dark Angels, because I kind of like the monastic sensation of things. But currently, I'm slightly more chaotic, so it's currently the World Eaters. There's something I like to think better of people in general, and when it comes down to the World Eaters, I think that their reputation as just pure bloodthirsty and nothing else is might be a valid reputation after they turned to chaos, but I'm quite sure that they weren't that one-dimensional originally. That's kind of what I like about them. I think it's also, partially because I read actually a story by Densky called After the Shay, which is basically explains what happens when the Emperor has already kind of betrayed Angron by killing off, letting all of his friends and family die on the original world he was on, and then he's forced to go into space with all these space marines from Earth that he never has met, and doesn't have any ties with. And the way he's described, it's just he's tired. He's not angry. He's tired. You know, he's angry, but there's more to anger than just being angry. Anger has many faces and many ways of looking or feeling. And it was after that one that I painted, I think, the first Primark that I ever painted for fun. And that was Angron, so. Where I tried to make him look like a thing filled of wrath, but at the same time just tired of being this way. Okay. Need to work on that one up a wee bit. Which would be, where would it be here? Excuse me. That's alright.
Just uploading stuff here, so it's quite mind-numbing and boring. So
Yeah, so I understand you don't have to apologize for that one, but if you need to have some chats and talks and stuff, just tell me.
it's the British part. Apologize for everything.
Yeah,
I apologize for apologizing.
that sounds like me though.
Yeah, that's Swedish word.
Demon Angry Ron, yeah. We'll see when Demon Angry Ron comes out.
That one hasn't defined yet, is it?
No, I haven't got that far yet. One that I haven't thought about yet, because I've started thinking about that one. It's gonna end up being, you know, do that one instead of the other ones that I already thought about. So I try to avoid that one as much as I can. What's your favorite first found, Legion or first founding? I have the links I sent you. Yeah, no, those. They should be a staple in anyone who is interested in 40k really. And just good stuff in general. That's good. That's kind of why I follow them as well, to try to get to figure out new stuff to try out, and you know, learn stuff. You shouldn't be afraid to stretch out a hand and ask people neither. You know, if you find someone that you kind of think is good at what they're doing, send them a friend's request on Facebook or something, and Night Lords. Of course, Night Lords. Starts to look a little bit more like metal. Let's save. Able to send the friends? Yeah, sure. Of course. I thought you already had. I thought we already were friends on Facebook. Oh. That shows how much checkup I have. It has nothing to do with book about it, you know. So. Of course you are. You're hurting deep inside. I know you're hurting deep inside. I know you are. This is known. Yeah, well, you know, here's the thing. You can send a Facebook friends request to just about anyone. And if it's more a private thing, they just won't reply. And a lot of people actually do purges as well on occasion, so it's, you know, and they go like, you know what, I have so many friends here, but it's actually technically more for my friends' friends, and I have some friends who are trying to get friends between, you know, and it doesn't work. So yeah, as long as you're prepared for those ones with just about anyone, you don't have to worry too much about that. I think. That's what I think, of course. Yeah, of course. I understand. It would be strange of me if I would, you know, say that you could always send friends requests to people, and then, you know, when you go like, can I send a friends request to you, go, no. That would be kind of cheeky, wouldn't it? That would be a dick move. Have stuff that inspires, and could have people to talk to as well. I mean, you said you didn't have anyone in your studio or anything like that. I happen to have the luxury of having someone in the studio I can talk to, but it's still nice to be able to talk to other people as well on occasion, hear their input as well, and so, you know, I don't exclude anyone. I just happen to have already readily advice available. No problem. Motivation is important. Motivation is very important. I agree. Alright, let's start. now I'm a little bit less of the, I'm doing other stuff as well, not just the red stuff. And that's because we're getting to a point where the red is starting to annoy me. Not because it's going bad or anything like that, just, of course red goes faster. No, it's just starting to get annoying because I've been only doing the red, so.
Shades of red.
50 shades. There are no shades. The term is a fucker. So when you work up stuff on how do you actually work? Do you have a set way of working, or do you change every time? That one can be different from artist to artist. I call myself an artist. An artiste. I'm an artiste, yes. I very rarely refer to myself as an artist because I'm an illustrator. I don't know, it just doesn't feel. It's not like I don't feel good enough to be an artist. That has nothing to do with it. It just feels like the wrong title.
You have the papers to prove it.
Yeah, actually I do. Actually, yeah. I wouldn't have these papers if we would have still lived in Sweden. That's something. In Belgium I actually have this. I have the status as being an artist, a legal status. Not everyone can sit at one. So we have actually gone full circle around on the music right now, which means that I will soon be stopping for today. So you actually have, you technically have the work from big to small, work from rough to, and that's commendable. I usually, when I work with commissions for private customers, not always, but for professional customers, clients, I always send in a sketch first, a grayscale sketch, something that they can look at, give an idea about what. For private commissions, there's a little bit more leniency because there is a bigger amount of trust in my skill with a private person than with a company, and that has nothing to do with the fact that I'm, that private customers don't know how bad I am or whatever. It has to do with the fact that as a when you hire an artist to do work for instance, in books or in games, usually you have to take, as an art director, you have to take into account things like we have 3 images one after another, and they all have one figure on it, and all of the figures are standing exactly the same way. So we can't do that figure like that. We have to have something different, stuff like that. And when you do private commissions, that one doesn't really happen. So does the client actually states, I want to see a sketch first. It varies from time to time whether I will send them a sketch, a grayscale sketch, or whether I will just send a or whether I will send something, you know, different, something else. We are not so different, you and I. No, these ones are gonna be changed. I'm gonna make these ones go. Because they weren't looking good. You've never worked for a company. Well, have you sent stuff to companies? Have you tried, or is it something that you're not really willing to risk just yet, or feel like it's, you know, too difficult? Or I can tell you that mainly it comes down to daring to send stuff. I skipped that step because for some reason someone found me and went like, "You're good. We're a company. Would you like to do stuff for us? We would like to try out and see how big you are when it really matters." That's an extreme rarity. I haven't heard it. I mean, there are people that I truly admire as artists and illustrators that go, no, I had to send portfolio pieces over and over and over up until they finally went like, fine, try something then. So it's, you know, I had the fortune of not having to do that one, but it's, you know, it's not something that happens commonly, so you should really just send stuff. People want to see it. If they don't think that it's good enough, they will either tell you, you know, you need to work this one up a little bit before you can work for us, or you won't really hear anything, you know. Then it's work up your skills, send back stuff 3 months later, 2 months later, when you feel like you've improved enough, and just work on. Progressively better all the time, because that's how it works. Warhammer model company. What's a Warhammer model company? Is that like Game Workshop, or is it like Forge World, or what? Or is it a different one that's, you know, does similar stuff? is, when it comes down to companies like that, they're usually a bit tight on money, or at least don't want to spend that much money on artists, as maybe artists should have. What you should do is you should maintain, be happy with, you know, not working for them and just go like, you know what, it's nice, thanks for asking, but exposure does not indeed pay bills. The person who says that one is a fool. You've dropped your prices heaps. That's not a good thing. I mean, okay, it depends, you know, what your prices were before, but you know, you shouldn't drop your prices because you get hired by someone. Really, don't do that. That's basically like saying. That's basically like saying, look, I'm, you know, I can do things for this cheap, and then people will hire you, and then as you get progressively better and better and better, you can't really go like, yeah, hi, you know what, I would like to get twice the amount now, become so much better. That's not a good thing. Don't do that one. Go for the people that, you know, actually pay for it. You're doing private commissions as well, which is, you know, good. And I just told you that you should work for, you know, try to work for companies, but, you know, if the companies aren't paying you. By the way, are you a member of Artpact? You should go check out Artpact. Artpact can tell you a lot of things about what you should look out for, who you should work for. They have quite good list of companies and what they pay and how the working relationships are and stuff like that. Really good place to check out. Technically like sort of like a union or something for. You haven't? Okay, hold a sec. I'll find the. It used to cost money, but it doesn't cost any money anymore. So I'm gonna post that one here. So you have it in the list now, and let me just drag this out so you can see it out on the screen as well. Pact is a tool to help freelance fantasy, sci-fi, comic book and other illustrators negotiate a better living for themselves. Let me quickly do this one because I'm not sure how I log in here. Don't want to show off my login. So once you've logged in, you have, and you know, it's for free. You know, the first year I was a member of them, it cost something like $30 a year or something like that. But they have, you know, the first thing you get is a dashboard, and then you have companies you can look at. You can search for companies through different items here: tabletop gaming, fiction, comic books, video games, other, and so on and so forth. So if you have a company that you want to work for, let's just do this one. Let's look for Chrome, like, see if they're in there. They might not be in there. No, they're not in there. So, but for instance, Games Workshop. So Games Workshop is in there. Black Library is there. There are no reviews of Black Library, but there are 6 reviews of Games Workshop. And then if you would look if you look at this one, they have a rating like says this, and then you have grades here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 grades. Pay grade is almost full. Timelines is quite good as well. Contract less good. Working relationship very good. Pay grade gets explained under articles. So you have one of the first articles is about the different pay grades and what they mean and how much they would pay and so on and so forth. Contract is very low on Games Workshop because Games Workshop has a very exclusive contract. You do not own anything after it's done. Games Workshop owns everything, and that automatically makes the contract less. Now, when you get the contract that is like that, the pay should go up, which it does with Games Workshop. And then you have reviews, 6 reviews. So there are persons that actually have written stuff here. So let's see. Oh, yes. Are you not? Are you still there? Excuse me. Let's do this one over. So, first review, Setyavan Lee. He was one of the persons I shared you his ArtStation profile for. So he's done work for them, and this is what he thinks of them. So interior art. So he will then tell what he feels about it, and then in the list here you will see what he thought of the pay. So he thought the pay was full on, best ever. Timelines were almost as good as can be. Contract was low, but that's still work for hire, nothing great here. And so on and so forth. And then you can say if this one was helpful or not. I think that one's quite helpful. Here's someone who thought that the pay was not that good. Anonymous. Here's my review. It's what I thought. And what I said about them. So I'm very happy with working with them. So got other people's, and so on and so forth. Under articles, like I said, you have loads of different things. So in the bottom here somewhere, let's go to the full bottom and I'll see a day in the life of fear, getting paid, quite good ones. They're just helping in general. Here, packed pay scale guidelines. So if we then go for with the RPG black and white interiors, color interiors. So then if you look at what they do, 0 money, 0 stars, not good at all. 2 stars, 100 to 299, 3 stars, 300 to 599, 4 stars, 600 to 1,000, and 5 stars is 1,000 and up. And if you then consider that Games Workshop gets high, 4 to 5 stars, gives you a good indication of what they would pay. And other studios and other places will, pay less. So yeah, go check those ones out. They also have they're also on Facebook. So just look for Artpact on Facebook, and you'll find them there as well. And they're quite helpful as well. You can send them even if there's something you haven't found on their webpage, you can send them a message on Facebook and ask about it, and they will either direct you to the right place on Facebook, or they will take it up in the future. If you don't find a company that you have worked for in the list of all of the companies, you can actually apply to them to add a company. So yeah, so that's hopefully going to help. So I'm going to leave you to that one. That was probably the most helpful thing I've said today. And I'll probably come back and work more on this image on Friday. We'll see if I have done some more on it back on Friday already. But so we started, it was like this, and now it looks like this. It's a little bit more metal on the actual armor and stuff. So yeah, thanks for watching, and yeah, enjoy the rest of the day. Take care, and I'll see you next time.